Hi, how's everybody doing today? As we know, we have a special guest star today. His name is Joe the cat. Right, Joe? Say hi. Yeah, she's a good cat. Okay, he's agitated. Okay, we are on chapter 5 today of James and the Giant Peach, and we're just going to read chapter 5. James had met the old man, and he's talking about all the fabulous, wonderful things and unbelievable things he's going to be able to see. Okay? All right, so chapter 5. The next moment, James was running back toward the house as fast as he can go. He would do it all in the kitchen, he told himself, if only he can get there without Aunt Sponge and Aunt Spiker seeing him. He was terribly excited. He flew through the long grass and the stinging nettles, not caring whether he got stung or not, on his bare knees. Into the distance, he could see Aunt Sponge and Aunt Spiker sitting in their chairs with their backs toward him. He swerved away from them so as to go around the other side of the house, but then suddenly, just as he was passing underneath the old peach tree that stood in the middle of the garden, his foot slipped, and he fell flat on his face in the grass. The paper bag burst open, and as it hit the ground, thousands of tiny green things were scattered in all directions. James immediately picked himself onto his hands and knees and started searching around for his precious treasures. But what was this? They were all sinking into the soil. He could actually see them wriggling and twisting as they burrowed their way downward into the hard earth. And at once, he reached out a hand to pick some of them up before it was too late, but they disappeared right under his fingers. He went after some others, and the same thing happened. He began scrambling around frantically in an effort to catch hold of those that were left, but they were too quick for him. Each time the tips of his fingers were just about to touch them, they vanished into the earth. And soon, in the space of only a few seconds, every single one of them had gone. James felt like crying. He would never get them back now. They were lost forever. But where had they gone to? And why in the world had they been so eager to push down into earth like that? What were they after? There was nothing down there. Nothing except the roots of the old peach tree and a whole lot of earthworms and centipedes and insects living in the soil. But what was it that the old man had said? Whoever they meet first, be it bug, insect, animal, or tree, that will be the one who gets the full power of their magic. Good heavens, thought James, what is going to happen in that case if they do meet an earthworm, or a centipede, or a spider? And what if they do go into the roots of that peach tree? Get up at once, you lazy little beast! A voice was suddenly shouting in James' ear. James glanced up and saw Aunt Spiker standing over him, grim and tall and bony, glaring at him through her steel-rimmed spectacles. Get back over there immediately and finish chopping up those logs, she ordered. Aunt Sponge, fat and pulpy as a jellyfish, came waddling behind her sister to see what was going on. Why don't we just lower the boy down the well in a bucket and leave him there for the night? She suggested. That ought to teach him not to laze around like this the whole day long. That's a very good wheeze, my dear Sponge, but let's make him finish chopping up the wood first. Be off with you at once, you hideous brat, and do some work. Sadly and slowly, poor James got up off the ground and went back to the woodpile. Oh, if only he hadn't slipped and fallen and dropped that precious bag. All hope of a happier life had gone completely now. Today and tomorrow and the next day and all the other days as well would be nothing but punishment and pain, unhappiness and despair. He picked up the chopper and was just about to start chopping away again when he heard a shout behind him that made him stop and run. Sponge! Sponge! Come here at once and look at this! At what? It's a peach! Aunt Spiker was shouting. A what? A peach! Right up there in the highest branch. Can't you see it? We're on chapter 6, by the way. I think you must be mistaken, my dear Spiker. That miserable tree never has any peaches on it. There's one on it right now, Sponge. You look for yourself. You're teasing me, Spiker. You're making my mouth water on purpose when there's nothing to put into it. Why, that tree's never even had a blossom on it, let alone a peach. Right up on the highest branch, you say? I can't see a thing. Very funny. Ha ha ha. Good gracious me. Well, I'll be blowed. There really is a peach up there. A nice big one, too, Aunt Spiker said. A beauteous one, Aunt Sponge cried out. And at this point, James slowly put down his chopper and turned and looked across at the two women who were standing underneath the peach tree. Something is about to happen, he told himself. Something peculiar is about to happen any moment. He hadn't the faintest idea what it might be, but he could feel it in his bones that something was going to happen soon. He could feel it in the air around him, in the sudden stillness that had fallen upon the garden. James tiptoed a little closer to the tree. The ants were not talking now. They were just standing there, staring at the peach. There was not a sound anywhere, not even a breath of wind, and overheard the sun blaze down upon them out of a deep blue sky. "It looks right to me," Aunt Spiker said, breaking the silence. "Then why don't we eat it?" Aunt Sponge suggested, licking her thick lips. "We can have half each. Hey you, James, come over here at once and climb this tree." And James came running over. "I want you to pick that peach up there in the highest branch," Aunt Sponge went on. "Can you see it?" "Yes, Auntie Sponge, I can see it." "And don't you dare eat any of it yourself. Your Aunt Spiker and I are going to have it between us right here now. Half each. Get on with you. Up you go." James crossed over to the tree trunk. "Stop," Aunt Spiker said quickly. "Hold everything." She was staring up into the branches with her mouth wide open and her eyes bulging as though she had seen a ghost. "Look," she said. "Look, Sponge, look." "What's the matter with you?" Aunt Sponge demanded. "It's growing," Aunt Spiker cried. "It's getting bigger and bigger." "What is?" "The peach, of course." "You're joking." "Oh, look for yourself." "Well, my dear Spiker, that's perfectly ridiculous. That's impossible. That's just, no, wait, just a minute. No, that can't be right. No, yes, great Scott. That thing really is growing. It's nearly twice as big already," Aunt Spiker shouted. "It can't be. It is true. It must be a miracle. I am watching it." "Great heavens alive," Aunt Spiker yelled. "I can actually see the thing bulging and swelling before my very eyes." Wow, interesting, huh? Anyways, so that's it for chapters. We just read chapters 5 and 6.
Was there a picture, Mr. Chen?
There was a picture, yes, and I will send it to you.
Oh, I don't see any peach though. I
No,
just see
we'll
branches,
have to use
right?
our imagination for the peach.
Okay.
And here's James dropping the magic seeds, I think they were. Right?
Oh,
Yep.
yeah.
So, anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. I got some really good feedback on the movie, and I was, hope you guys enjoyed it. So, love you guys. Talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye.